In the fast-paced world of print on demand, your listings are your storefront. And without the right keywords, even the best designs can go unnoticed. In today's video, I'm revealing how I utilize ChatGPT to craft keyword-rich listings that not only catch the algorithm's eye, but also convert browsers into buyers. Whether you're selling on Amazon Merch on Demand, Etsy, or another platform, mastering keyword optimization is your ticket to standing out in a crowded marketplace. Join me as I walk you through the exact prompts and strategies that I use to make sure that my products are easily discoverable and appealing to buyers. If you're ready to boost your sales and visibility, then let's jump right into it. Now, in my previous video, I spoke explicitly about how I utilize ChatGPT to help me with design creation. And in that same video, I talked about potential interpretations of allowances from these platforms, including Amazon Merch on Demand and Etsy. And I even included a screenshot from an Etsy employee saying that they do allow AI designs. So if you're interested in checking that video out, I will link it down in the description box below and also up above right here. Today, we're focusing on how you can specifically utilize AI to help you keyword print on demand listings. So again, ChatGPT and AI in general works best with optimized prompts. So to start our prompt off with, it's really important to tell ChatGPT which of these marketplaces we want it to write a listing for. So that could include Amazon Merch on Demand, Etsy, KDP, or any other platform that you're selling on. And of course, the criteria for each of these platforms is a little bit different. So for an Amazon Merch on Demand listing, the design title can be 60 characters, the brand can be 50 characters, and both featured bullet points are limited to 256 characters. On Etsy, again, the criteria we need to meet here includes a 140 character max for the title, and on KDP, the title and the subtitle together must be fewer than 200 characters. So now that you can see my screen here, I just went over to ChatGPT and I'm essentially going to input a prompt here. So we're going to start by having ChatGPT make us an Etsy listing title. So here you can see me typing out the exact prompt into ChatGPT itself. So I'm starting by saying that I'm going to be selling on the Etsy marketplace. So if you're selling elsewhere, make sure that you include those details here. I'm also including the relevant character limit. So in this case, it's 140 character limit. And then I'm telling ChatGPT that I'd like it to include the following keywords, leading with the strongest keyword. And if you're wondering where I pulled my keywords from, I did research all of these keywords. So I pulled them from Sales Samurai. I also did a little bit of research using Merch Informer since this is going to be a clothing item. So I used the data from Merch Informer and I'm just going to apply that to my Etsy listing. So I'm pretty happy with the title that this came up with. I like that it knew to include shirt because I am going to be selling it as a shirt. So it says, welcome to camp, quit your bitching, happy camper, take a hike, hiking, camping, nature, road trip, funny camping shirt. So these are all of the main keywords that I will then use to rank within the Etsy algorithm. Now, sometimes I do this and it comes back with, let's say it says, take a hike shirt, hiking shirt, camping shirt, nature shirt, road trip shirt. You can tell ChatGPT to redo this essentially and only use the word shirt one time. So it's completely up to you however you want to keyword your listing, obviously, but you can also change the tone. So if you notice here, you can tell it that you want it to be more humorous, more SEO focused, or more casual. So again, this is just a starting point. It doesn't mean that you have to use the first thing that ChatGPT comes up with, but I do think that this is a great option. All right, so moving on to writing a description. So on Etsy, I don't believe that there's technically a character limit on descriptions, but for me personally, I kind of like to find a sweet spot because I don't think that a lot of my customers are really going to sit here and read a 2,000 character description. So I like to keep mine around 250 characters or so. All right, so here I simply told it to use the same keywords that I had previously input, but to write me an Etsy product description for this funny camping shirt and to limit the description to 250 characters. So as you can see, I think this is a pretty perfect product description. I don't really need much more information than this. I don't want to be keyword stuffing. My customers certainly do not want to read 12 different paragraphs. So I think this is a great middle ground. And let's say that there are certain words that maybe you don't want ChatGPT to use. So the first thing that's top of mind for me is when I'm writing an Amazon Merch on Demand listing, they specifically do not want you to use the word gift. So if I was writing a title or description or bullet points for one of those listings, I would explicitly tell ChatGPT to not not use the word gift. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you was how I tweaked this for merch on demand listings. So if you need a little bit of inspiration or help with titles, I know that can be a little bit daunting after a while, you can use this prompt. So I wrote, use the following keywords to write a listing title utilizing the full 60 character limit for an Amazon merch on demand listing. Use the following keywords, starting with my main keyword. The keywords include all of your keywords here that you have obviously researched. And then at the very end, I told it to start the title with the word funny, just because as someone who's been selling on the Amazon Merch on Demand platform for a while, I do notice that shirts that tend to begin or their titles begin with the word funny tend to sell a little bit better over time. And I also want it to exclude the words gift, shirt, t-shirt, tee, and any other symbols. So the title that it came up with is Funny, Welcome to Camp Quit Your Bitchin' Happy Camper Hiking, which we know that t-shirt or shirt will be included automatically by Amazon. So I think that this is fine. I'm just going to show you exactly what I do. So I'm going to copy this and we'll head over to Merch on Demand. Okay, so I have just simply pasted this into an Amazon Merch on Demand create page. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is that you should always do a trademark check. So I always use the Merch Informer trademark checker right here. And you'll see that there are a few trademarked items that pop up here. So the first one is a single word trademark. I typically don't worry about those. Welcome is a very common, very typical word. The other one is happy camper. So let's look into this one a little bit more. And then once you're on this page, I want you to just click on this serial number right here. And this tells us that the trademark has been canceled. So if you see this symbol right here, then you are free and clear to use this. So I think this is a great title to consider. I would definitely use it for one of my Amazon Merch on Demand listings. So again, obviously feel free to use AI to your advantage, but don't feel by any means like you need to completely remove yourself or that human aspect from your design, keywording, and listing process. And once you kind of get your prompt down for, let's say you're selling on Etsy or Amazon or on Amazon's KDP program, all of this will go a lot faster. So that's all that I have for you in today's video. I hope that it was helpful. If it was, please do me a huge favor and like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss another video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Feel free to follow me on my social channels right here and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.